Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK journey video. So the ultimate siege is upon us. We're gonna have 3 days to get the good RNG and end up with the highest score possible. On my first day I did manage to hit pretty good luck, all things considered. I'm currently rank 2 in my very competitive district. We managed to hit 96.7 trillion damage, which I'm happy with, but there is some room for improvement. If I get a bit better RNG in both the Aurora Squad and the Immortal Squad, I could boost this maybe by even 1 trillion damage more. So with this, I'm going to show you the top teams I ran with their charm lineup from the testing I've done and also their refinement. So hopefully this can help you squeeze out a bit of extra damage. But really, a lot of it is going to be the RNG on Aurora and Immortal Squad. If you do not hit that, even for maxed out accounts, for example, my guild leader who's ranked 5 right now, he did not hit very good RNG, and it got quite unfortunate in both Aurora and Immortal, as you see here. Even though his Sylvan and Dauntless, he got good RNG and really solid scores, beating me as well. His Aurora and Immortal are holding him back, and that is going to be the case for quite a lot of people. So let me go ahead and show you which different teams I ran to get the top scores. So let's go ahead and look at the top teams that I ran for today. So for the Immortal Squad, our top score was 24.7 trillion, although I have hit even 25.1 trillion in the individual squad days, so I know it is possible with this same exact team lineup. But it was Dunlinger with the Cure Lock in the upper left and then Ludovic in the back right, getting that bell or basically that shield on him. So for this team, these were the charm lineup. Inside, double refined on Ludovic, Pandora with the blast charms, double refined. Taline inside, you do not need to refine the charms, but I had leftover resources, so I did go ahead and refine both the Taline and the Scarlita. And then finally Dunlinger with the Resolute charms. And for the team number 2, we have the Velka, Shmir, Damon team, which is the best version of team number 2. And that's going to be Shmir with the Butcher charms, Velka with the Arcane charms, and Damon with the Mystic charms, double refined. And I'm working on even refining up Velka's double Arcane charms with double refined, even though her damage output is not that high. However, there's a decent amount of damage here, so I thought might as well double refine them because she is in the top team. So that's what I'm basically working on, double refining as much as I can. But the key ones are Ludovic, Pandora, Shmir, and Damon. Those are the ones you definitely want to double refine. So that is basically my top Immortal Squad team. If we look for the Dauntless Squad, there's also going to be RNG here. It can range up to 400 billion damage score differences. And when you do hit that good RNG, you're going to end up with, look, 23.2 trillion. And that was a top score I was able to set for today, and I was really happy with it. This is actually the highest score I've ever hit, even compared to the squad stages. So this is the team formation. You guys have seen it in my earlier videos. And by the way, if you are curious about best team formations, you can take a look back at my older videos, because those will show you the best team lineups based on whichever heroes you have. But this video is just kind of a recap for the top teams I've been running and the charm lineup and which ones I've been refining. So Zandrok here is on the inside charms. I haven't bothered refining them yet. Mikola Arcane charms, I also haven't refined them because their damage is really low. Smoky Sorcery recovering, and I did double refine them because his damage is high. Veilran Insight has to be double refined. And Shakir Blast, and I'm working on even double refining Shakir's Blast charms because he's basically the 3rd hardest damage dealer for this team. So I wanted to get his charms double refined first and foremost, and then maybe after that, if I have more leftover resources, I can refine Zandrok. But that's a minor thing with the Dragon Roar spell. All it really comes down to the RNG here. And for the team number 2, I did double refine all of the charms on the heroes here. Inside, I'm running on Odie, but some people are running Gale on Odie and doing better. Kruger, in this replay, we got the top score. He was single refined, but I'm planning to double refine that. And then Seth is with the acute charms and double refined as well. And that is basically it for the Dauntless Squad top team and charm lineup and what I have tried to refine. But really, if you need to pick heroes here, it is Veilran, Smokey most important, and then Odie 3rd most important. The Seth and Kruger, they don't need to be refined. However, if you have leftover resources, you can, but it just won't really make much of a difference. Okay, then we have the Sylvan Squad. So for Sylvan Squad, my top score was actually 18.227 billion. From the 10 runs I did. I only did 10 runs on all my squads, and I did my paid runs, the extra paid runs, because you get 10 extra paid runs, but you can only use them either in one squad or across the squads. You only get 10 bonus paid. So I use almost all of them for Aurora Squad, because Aurora Squad is the highest RNG one, and you really want to maximize your chances of hitting something good. So this was the top score I was able to get. Overall, it is definitely pretty good. This is the team lineup. And as for the charms, it is Arcane onto Ravion. I did double refine them. Sorcery charms on the twins, they do not need to be refined. It doesn't really make any difference. Granny with the Resolute charms and double refine them. Valar with the Mystic charms, double refine them. And Lily May with the Sorcery charms, double refine them if possible. Team number 2, it is going to be Faramore with the Arcane charms, double refined. Damien with the Wizard charms, or anything, honestly, Rainbow charms, anything can really work here. Gale charms, people have been running for maybe a bit more damage output. And Pang with the Butcher charms, I double refine them. You don't need to double refine them. And Pang will work at Mythic Plus or above for this team. Otherwise, you just run Theodore in front of Faramore, get rid of the Pang. That is also a solid team. There's not a big score difference, but this one is slightly higher if you have Pang Mythic Plus or above. So that's basically that team lineup, and that's what we have it. And I'm like 1 trillion damage behind the people who have higher invested accounts, whether it be high invested Pang, higher invested Granny. Those people have hit up to 0.15 trillion higher than me. I'm 0.1 trillion behind the majority of players though. People have hit up to 18.37 basically trillion at a maxed out account, fully maxed out. And there's not much RNG for Sylvan Squad. It's going to be pretty consistent, which is at least a good thing of it. Then we have Aurora Squad. Now Aurora Squad is absolutely brutal. The RNG is terrible. But I'm going to show you my charm lineup, which has allowed me to get the highest score I've ever gotten. There's a high score I've set, even compared to the squad stages, which shows I'm doing something right compared to that. It is a different sort of charm lineup, and it's running Rhaenys' senior team on team number 1. This was the best team that has been reported, and also the charm line I'm going to show you is the currently top performing charm lineup, so I would recommend that as well. But basically, this is the team lineup. Illusion Fresno on the right, Real Fresno in front of Harok, and Hugin in the back with a Core Forge spell. Now, this is going to be Harok with Balance Charms. So this is the thing. I did a lot of testing of this with squad stages with the Butcher Charms onto Harok. And it did do well. And I even hit a 30.3 trillion one time. But today, I've hit a 30.5 trillion running Balance onto Harok. And people have hit 31 plus trillion damage with Balance onto Harok with the same level of investment I have here without even Paragoning the Atalanta. Just with their plus 20 exclusive equipment, Atalanta, or even plus 10 has been hitting some really good scores. So I recommend Balance Run to Harok in this team. Atalanta with the Butcher Charms, of course, double refine both. Sorcery Charms of Fresser, double refine them. Fae Arcane Charms. So this is the interesting thing. Fae with the Arcane Charms. I was doing testing of Fae on multiple charm sets, and I already kind of came to the conclusion from my own testing that Fae with Arcane Charms are the best. The reason for that is there's not going to really be survival issues of anyone. Fae doesn't need to have a different charm set. And the Arcane Charms, they give Fae more attack. And why is that good? Because Harok is going to eat the Fae, and after he eats the Fae, he's going to gain a percentage of the attack of the consumed Fae, the ally. And that is going to boost Harok's attack by the amount that whatever Fae began with. And so if you can begin Fae with more attack, whether it be Paragon upgrades, some people have, of course, high exclusive equipment, which I don't have. But I can at least get her the Arcane Charms, give her that bonus attack, and even double refine them. Because she's just going to be better food for Harok then. And then we have Blast Charms onto Hugin, double refined, to increase his own attack, to increase his attack buff he provides to allies. This is the team number 2, best team number 2, if you have Zany built to Supreme Plus or higher. However, you do not need to run Zany here. Like, I mean, there have been a lot of good teams on this team number 2, as you guys have seen in my previous videos. You can run 2 damage dealers along with Sonya, like Merrily plus 1 other damage dealer, Sinbad, Walker. A lot of them are working, so you can just make do with whatever you have. But if you have Zany, this is the top team for team number 2. Even if you have Supreme plus Zany, this is going to be the top team, and it will be with a Light Call spell. And yeah, as for Charms Gale onto Zany, I double refine them. Sonya with Arcane Charms, double refined. Wizard Charms onto Rowan, not refined at all. So really, now when we talk about, these were all the top teams I ran. I did hit pretty good RNG. I did get I got lucky on Aurora Squad and Immortal Squad. However, I didn't get the luckiest in the world. Like I said, my Aurora Squad has a potential of breaking 31 trillion. It has been done for the same level of investment that I have. Sylvan, I've hit near about my maximum for the level of upgrades I have. Dauntless, I've hit near about my maximum as well, to 23.17. Oh, and in fact, the one I showed you was 23.2, right? And that must have been in the squad stages. So if I get a bit more lucky, I could even hit a 23.2 or above trillion, but that's a really minor boost. And then Immortal Squad. Immortal Squad has a potential of me getting over 25 trillion, like 25.1. And if you take a look at my rank 1 player, he hit the good RNG. He's at 25.3 almost trillion damage. So that is the potential I have here. For Aurora Squad, we both got good scores, but we didn't get our maximum scores. And if we both get a maximum score, the rank 1 in my district could get 31.7. That has been the highest. 31.7 trillion has been the highest report for Aurora Squad. This team lineup, the same charm lineup, but all Paragon 4 basically heroes. For me, we can hit over 31 trillion. Obviously not 31.7, but we could hit 31.1 trillion. So really, if I'm able to just squeeze out the perfect RNG of Aurora Squad and Immortal Squad, that's going to boost me by around about 1 trillion damage. And so I could get up to 97.7 trillion, maybe closing on 98 trillion damage. But if you want to think about the absolute maximum score for this Ravage Rum, is basically going to be 98.5 trillion. To go further than 98.5 trillion, you basically... it's going to be really tough. But like my rank 1 player, he's basically capped out in everything. Dauntless, he could squeeze in another like 0.1 trillion damage, which is not much. Aurora Squad, he could get another like 1.3 trillion damage. So like all in all, he could get up to that 98.5 trillion, but even touching 99 trillion or getting up to 100 trillion, I think is basically impossible with the current team lineups we have, even with maxed out accounts and perfect RNG. But overall, I'm really happy with my day 1 score. It's just going to be about Aurora Squad and Immortal Squad trying to fine tune it in the upcoming days. And of course, you want to use all 10 of your free attacks on all of the squads just to hit a bit of better RNG, get a slightly higher score, because that is going to make a difference for you. So anyway, guys, let me know what you thought about all this in the comment section down below. If there's any other team that worked for you, feel free to share it in the comment section. And if you do need to refer back to my older videos, feel free to do that, because that has all of the top team formations that you can run depending on which heroes you have. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. If you're not already a member of my AFK Journey Discord server, please join that. There's a link to that in the description of this video. Also, if you're thinking about making a purchase in AFK Journey, please use my affiliate link for the official Firelight store. There's a link to that in the description of this video and a pinned comment. This is the best way you can support me and also gain 5% bonus dragon crystals on your purchase. So thanks for watching. I'll hopefully see you in the next video, and until then, everyone, peace out for now.